Paul Conroy got a hand to it, laid it down far as Gary O'Donnell. This is Gary Sice sending it down the middle. On the overlap is Brannigan. He's good, isn't he? Yes, he is. He's already made an impact. He might be the baby of the squad in 2016, but he shows a maturity.
Yeah, great ball one there by Shawnee Armstrong. Again, another long pass in there, but Eamon Brannigan, he had a great league campaign.
3 out of 3 in the first half for Cillian O'Connor. First of the second half is dropping off the post. And waiting for it is Gary O'Donnell. Tom Parsons calls for it. Donald Vaughan has gone into the centre. Along the line here was Dermot O'Connor. Kicking this one in. Will it curl? It just drops over the bar. A sweet, delicate kick. There was a pause around Bear Stadium as we all waited and got the result, but it actually had reached the target.
Yeah, it was a great shot from distance, and I suppose he's a player with massive quality. He has been quiet over the last, couple.
What it takes. This 45 going to be taken by Shawnee Armstrong. Oh, that is a beautiful kick. 6 out of 6. It really.
And as I said earlier, his confidence now is really sky high.
Kick off from David Clark. You see Galway pushing up on them a lot more. Good work. And here comes Damien Comer punishing. The short kick out that went astray. Damien Comer's second point of the match. But the intensity, the pushing forward by Galway. Look at this. You can see they're moving forward and allowing the Mayo keeper not to take an easy kick out.
Yeah, and it's great play.
And I think Aidan O'Shea happens to be one of them. Meanwhile, it's Donald Vaughan on the 20-metre line. Still Vaughan, he's well marked. Outside fires Andy Moran. And the Mayo man turns. Is it over the bar? The umpire signals it is. Wonderful, wonderful point by Andy Moran under severe pressure. It's his first of this Connacht Championship semi-final.
And I think this is his 150th game as well for Mayo, but what a leader and what a man at a crucial stage and a great score. And now Big Aidan is coming in.
And here comes Aidan O'Shea as we look at that wonderful catch earlier by Damien Comer. He's now at the edge of the square, he's recovered. But Aidan going long. Cillian O'Connor. He remains the major threat up front. He curls this in, but it's curling to the left and wide. And that is Mayo's. Comes through on the loose ball. Ball was touched along the ground, but the referee gave the advantage. As Kevin McLaughlin goes back to help out his defence. 13 on 13. McLaughlin in the green and red. Michael Daly in the maroon and white. Aidan O'Shea. Donald Vaughan available this side. Ops instead for left half back, Patrick Durkin. Stephen Cohen was on his shoulder. Durkin is going for a point. Wind assisted. It's looking good. White flag will be raised. It's his first point in this Connacht Championship semi-final. And boy, do Mayo need it.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, Patrick Durkin was having a quiet game today, but that's an inspirational score.
Behind their team. As Armstrong looks at the target. The last one he tried went to the left. He's against a very strong wind that's coming in from the Atlantic Ocean and over the hills of Clare. Here he comes. This one looks to be a little bit better, but he went to the other side of the post. Gary Sice going to take this free. Kitog Curafinna. Giving great service to club and county, Gary Sice. That's his first point. It's his first score for Galway, by the way, in 13 minutes. Well, they needed it, Desi, as you said.
Yeah, and I think myself, something like bringing Aidan O'Shea into the full forward line and going a bit more direct would be something they might consider.
Bit of a tussle going on here between Aidan O'Shea and Gary Sice. The linesman is fully aware of it. There's confirmation on our screen there of the substitution. Jason Doherty is now on. Kevin McLaughlin is off. As Gary Sice judges it perfectly. 2 frees, 2 points. Good day's work. Evan Regan is going to be introduced as Mayo try to change the attack as much as possible. They know now they have to throw everything at Galway as a vital free. But Cillian O'Connor is going to raise a white flag.
Good refereeing.
Thankfully, Johnny Heaney is okay. Scored 1 point in the first half. As Kevin Walsh continues to talk to his managerial colleagues. Oops. And the referee says play on. As the goalkeeper is dispossessed. It's an open net. And the ball is cleared off the line. Here comes O'Connor. Cleared again, Johnny Heaney. Heaney is the hero. My word, it just won't go in. Heroics in Galway. Drama in Pearse Stadium.
And what an opportunity. Rory Lavelle picked it up and gave straight to Danny Kirby. And what an opportunity. And Johnny Heaney on the line, a miracle save.
Johnny Heaney is more than a wing forward. He's a great goalkeeper.
Oh, and what an opportunity for Mayo. Like I thought myself in the last couple of minutes, Rory Lavelle has been dicing with danger with these kickouts, and it was an incredible sequence of events.
Well, Johnny Heaney could find himself in goals if Galway qualified for the Connacht final after those two wonderful saves, saving the blushes of his keeper, Rory Lavelle. Grasp of Fintan O'Curry, but dispossessed. Compares Aidan O'Shea. Danny Kirby. It's 1 against 1. For 1 is Cillian O'Connor. Turns, shoots, and normally you finish with saying it's a score. 5 points for Cillian O'Connor. It ain't over yet in Salthill.
Definitely not, and that was a ball the Galway had in midfield, and Cillian O'Connor showing massive leadership there. A brilliant score and a great long ball in by Danny Kirby.
Wonderful, fantastic atmosphere in Pearse Stadium. It may not be your typical June day in the west of Ireland, but it certainly is championship football. The last touch is off a Galway man. The linesman, Stephen Hickey from Ennis in their old club, gives the ball to Mayo. Correct call. Over first Tom Parsons. Hefty challenge, an illegal one. Referee says, well, he should say, he has said that that's a free.
And Galway have gone into full retreat mode. Most of their
and send it in high to reduce Galway's advantage to 1. Here he comes. He hits it very high. He hits it straight over the bar. Wonderful kicking by Cillian O'Connor. What a score.
And I would safely say that another 20 yards to spare. I say it was out around the 60 yards. A massive score, and what an atmosphere now.
Cillian O'Connor's 6th point of the match. And listen to the roar. There's nobody going home. Kevin Walsh a little bit concerned. Lee Keegan, far as Ger Cafferty. And Galway have to put in the challenges here. Mayo have to create something, but Lee Keegan's pass is easily intercepted by Garrett Bradshaw. Galway now have to retain possession. But Mayo put the hard work and graft in. Galway don't release the ball. It's a Mayo free.
And this is a distance that Cillian O'Connor scored from in the last free as well, so not every free taker would expect to get it, but Cillian O'Connor has it in his locker.
The tension is palpable. There is nobody going home from Salthill. 73 minutes played in Pearse Stadium. She can hardly watch. Can Mayo, can Cillian O'Connor survive? Remember last year's All-Ireland final drawn match. It was Cillian O'Connor that scored the point. This is just as vital, because Mayo people do not like to lose to Galway people. Here it is. 3 minutes still to play. Cillian goes for the height again, drops it in, it's going to the left. Who gets the last touch? There's a square ball. Comes over for Evan Regan, passes it on, every pass is vital. Coming through the centre is Stephen Cohen. What can Cohen do? Giving it to Lee Keegan. Football of the year 2016. He goes down, he was looking for a free perhaps. Ball is thrown back for Patrick Durkin. It looked like a throw. Mayo retain possession. They retain the possession. Come first Stephen Cohen. Over this side, come back to collect it is Tom Parsons. The clock says 74 minutes and 42 seconds. Solos once. Cillian O'Connor is right beside him. He will be the one to try and have a go surely, but it's way out. Cillian drops it into the centre. Ball is come back down. Cillian tries to grab it, and Galway defending on their nerves. Johnny Heaney, goalkeeper Johnny Heaney, wing back, wing forward Johnny Heaney. Here comes Rory Lavelle, under a little bit of pressure. Severe pressure. Almost put out over the sideline. Grabbed by Tom Parsons. Back out again as once more it's Chris Barrett that has it. Ger Cafferty will spray it over to the far side. We look at the watch. It's 75 minutes, 18 seconds. About 40 seconds left in this Connacht Championship semi-final. Lee Keegan. Can Mayo force this to a a replay next week. Here comes the shot, dropping from way out the field, and the ball is gone to the right and wide, and Mayo should have held on to it. Evan Regan was very optimistic from way out the field.
Yeah, and such poor decision making.
It's there again. The ball is kicked by Garrett Bradshaw. Won't allow it go over the end line. That conceded 45. Micheál Lundy, little shimmy to the right and to the left. Running out of space is the captain, who's inhabited the sideline here all afternoon, to Paul Conroy. Damon Brannigan. Long ball is now required. Great ball, sweet ball. What a chance for Danny Cummins. He loves scoring goals. Knocked out of his grasp. No free given as the ball comes off as David Clark. Over fires David Drake. And this is surely the last chance. Everybody on their feet in Pearse Stadium. It is a wonderful, wonderful contest between Mayo and Galway. The free is for foul on Stephen Cohen. We're now played 76 minutes and 48 seconds. It's purely at the discretion of the referee. Comes across to Chris Barron. Chris is inside the 65, giving it one to Colin Boyle. They want a scorer. Who is the scorer? Killian O'Connor, where is it? They need him now more than ever before. Comes for his Evan Regan. He had a goal a while ago. He has a goal again, and it's way, way wide. And surely with that opportunity, it's game over.
It's all over. What a win for Galway.
Galway are in the Connacht final on the 9th of July against Roscommon or Leitrim. Heroic display by Mayo, who were down to 14 players after Keith Higgins was sent off in the first half. They gave it everything. But Galway showed a sharpness and intensity, and you can see why they won Division 2, why they won the Connacht Championship. They are a team that's coming and coming fast.
Yeah, a team with massive ability, and they'll be absolutely thrilled. And this is a massive building block. Lots of questions for Mayo. Where do they go from this defeat? But they showed a lot of leadership. I think the sending off had a massive bearing on the match.
The full-time score in Pearse Stadium, Saltail. Galway 15 points, Mayo 111.
But that's one thing we were looking for, was this team would learn how to eke out results, and it was tough out there. It was tough out there, and it was, I'm not so sure what it was like to look at from a supporter's point of view, but really resilience is the word they were trying to build in the team, and I think they showed some of that today.
Look, we had numerous opportunities with the ball cleared off the line. We hit a post in the second half from a Killian effort. We hit the crossbar in the first half. Yeah, we had numerous efforts, but no, we have to head for the back door now, and no point in feeling sorry for ourselves.
So in the final, Galway will play either Roscommon or Leitrim. That's on July the 9th. All right, Kevin, we'll talk about Mayo in a moment, but we saw big celebrations from Kerry there at the end. Meant a lot to them. Did they deserve it?
I think they did overall. They were highly impressive today. For such a young side, they have a great physicality about them. I thought they played with great intensity and, commitment and purpose today. You had terrific performances from the likes of Gary O'Donnell, Comer, Shane Walls, Paul Conroy, all fantastic players, Des, and credit to them. They caught Mayo last year, and they stung them again today, and I hope to see them go on further now.
You think they can?
I think they can. We all know about the 21 teams they had, but when you see what they're today, like Mayo, probably the third most talked about team in the country, but definitely Galway are up there now.
Yeah. When you look at the draw for the qualifiers, most Mayo are on the same side as the losers Donegal, Tyrone, losers Kildare, Meath. It won't be easy. We've asked before, can Mayo recover from this now? Is there an All-Ireland in this Mayo team?
Look, I don't want to go into is there an All-Ireland, and I don't think Mayo will be talking about All-Irelands tonight. It's a long road back.
I know, but exactly, that's the point.
At least there is a road back for them. I think if you look at it, Mayo will be disappointed. Second successive defeat to Galway. I think after last year they would have been hurt. They were physically bullied above in Castlebar. They came back down to Galway today, and Galway put it up to them.
But they only had 14 men, in fairness, and the kick of a ball at Stephen Rochford.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You look at everything. Stephen Rochford will sit down tonight. Their backs weren't their normal selves. Their half-backs weren't their normal selves. Take Killian O'Connor out from their forward line, and they were disappointing. And they were still that close to it at the end. I think they took off Andy Moore and Kevin McLaughlin. I think it was a mistake. Those guys are around the place for a long, long time, and they could have added something in that last 5 or 10 minutes. Right. But I think, look, there is a way back, but it's disappointing. I thought they'd come down and lay a marker down in Galway today, but fair play to Galway. And Galway still had a couple of misses, Des, and their goalie issues there as well, but more to work on. Kevin Walsh has done a good job with them.
OK, let's talk about... Mayo played so long with only 14 men, so Keith Higgins was sent off. Any doubt about this? Let's have a look at the two big card talking points.
I don't think so. I think, to be fair, when you see what Keith Higgins done, the referee was within earshot of actually what happened, you know, and I think he'll have no qualms about it. I mean, Damien Comer here, you can see it. I think down in Kerry they call it getting a dig in the corrigs, and I think that's exactly what happened. There's no, I got caught for the exact same thing myself, and it is a straight red. Look, Keith Higgins is a great player. He's not a dirty player. Something obviously happened. There was a bit of niggly stuff, and he just reacted wrong. And I think straight away took it. I don't think Mayo will have any argument at all with that. And
Black.
Yeah, well, the black card now, we kind of discussed this.
Tom Flynn.
Yeah, you know, at first I thought definitely a black card, but the more I see it, Killian kind of drives into him. You know, so it's hard for Tom Flynn to get out of the way. So I think that's pretty harsh.
Tom Flynn couldn't have got out in the way there. I think it was ridiculous. I think it was a ridiculous black card, and the ref was right there as well beside him. Like, Tom Flynn, what was Tom Flynn supposed to do? Jump out of his way? Do you know, seriously, it was... I think it was a bad one. You know, I think that is one thing. In the Mayo or the Kerry game today, for example, Kerry-Clare, it wasn't a dirty match, yet there was 9 yellow cards in the first half. I think sometimes they are dishing out yellow cards for innocuous enough stuff. You know, it wasn't a dirty game at all. I don't think that was a too dirty a game up in Galway either.
Mind you, in the wake of Keith Higgins going off the pitch, you felt Mayo were in trouble at the back, that they missed his presence.
Yeah, I think he had a defined role today. I mean, he's been a guy who's been all over the place. I think his role was to come out, play as a sweeper, but to block whatever he could. Now, that was a great kick in there, and he couldn't have stopped that. But I think here we see him again. He comes out, he pushes up. He was a guy that there were, I think in the second half, Galway carved, Mayo opened like they haven't been in a long while. Aidan O'Shea gets caught on the wrong side here. Conroy takes off and opens up in front of him all the way. Now, there was nobody coming out to meet him. Markers inside were taking up their own men, and he came so far and got an easy free. Here we see again...
But they were a man down, though, Tomas.
They were a man down, Des, yeah. But, I mean, that man ran about 40 yards without a hand being put on him, you know, and that was a goal chance. And I suppose it is something like, I would have said last year and the year before, Mayo would have 1 to 9 the strongest in the country. And that's, like, they need to improve their forward line. Their back line can't take a drop in what they're doing. They have to stay at that same level. And I don't think they were at that level today. I think any team, the top teams, Dublin, Kerry and Mayo here, if you run at them, you can cause problems. And I say that for all the top 3 teams. Galway ran at Mayo today and caused them problems.
And speaking of maybe improvement in the attack, you felt that strongly, Kevin, that Mayo can improve and need to improve maybe in attack.
Definitely, yes. Is there an All-Ireland in this team? Definitely not until they sort this issue out. Time and time again we've spoken about Killian O'Connor, you know, he's left isolated there, you know, nowhere to go, into a cul-de-sac, gives the ball away. Every time he gets the ball, there should be people coming off his shoulder, but there's not. We see this ball in here now, you know, there should be somebody steaming off his shoulder there to take it. He's left isolated. In the end, you know, he has a goal because there's no one else around him. You know, it ends up with just a terrible, poor shot. But I think going forward, they have to develop some kind of system of play that brings more forwards into it. You know, and their shot selection leaves a lot to be desired in their execution. This time there is somebody off Killian's shoulder, probably Durkin, but you know, just terrible execution. You wouldn't see a Kerry or a Dublin do that, and that's the difference, Des, you know. And again, I suppose at the end, 30 seconds in it, Evan Regan's off the bench. You just, you know, you try and win a free or you do something, you know, that's never going to work there. So I think just shot selection and execution, forward play in general just lets them down time and time again.
All right then. Time to choose our man of the match from today. Tomas, who are the 3 contenders?
Yeah, it is. I suppose we went for Mayo. We're within a kick of it at the end, you know. So Killian O'Connor, I think, had an outstanding game. Time and time again, he stands up. He's their go-to man for such a long time, and he stood up again today from play and from frees. Next, we went for Gary O'Donnell. The Galway defence, I thought, were excellent. He, I thought, was brilliant defensively and attacking. He was absolutely outstanding. And third, we went for Damien Comer. You know, he gave a great showing in all aspects, caused mayhem under the high ball. He was really up for it. He hit a great shoulder today. It would warm the belly watching it. You know, he gave a great performance.
Who did you give the award to then, Kevin?
Yeah, it was extremely tight, as you know. I thought Gary O'Donnell was excellent. Killian kept me on touch, but in the end up we went for the Anna Down man, Damien Comer. I think for that hit alone, I would have given it to him, so he had an excellent display.
It says a lot about the guests we have in studio. I'll tell you that they love to hit. Let's hear from Damien then. He spoke with Claire after the game.
Damien, congratulations. It was really a battle there at the end, but you held out.
Yeah, no, it was probably a heart and mouth situation for people in the stand, and it wasn't easy playing as well. Playing against the Gale, we knew we were going to be up against it in the second half. We knew we needed to bring out an extra gear, and thankfully we found it. The last 10, in fairness, we really stuck the grind on, and we brought it to Mayo, and thankfully it came out on top.
Will this give Galway huge confidence now? You have the opportunity to make it back-to-back Connacht titles.
Yeah, well, I suppose people said last year was a fluke. I think we proved today that it was by no means a fluke. We went down to Castlebar last year with intent and to get a result, and we did that. And we came to Salt Hill today to do the same again, and that's what we did. So I don't think you can call last year a fluke, and I think we've proved that we're up there with the big guns at this stage.
Well, congratulations. You're the AIB man of the match, and Fergal McAndrew is here with the presentation.
Thanks very much.
Well done. Thanks for the information.
Cheers.
Yeah, well done, Damien. Well, now we're going to head to Ulster and a big crowd in Cavan as the home side took on Monaghan this afternoon. Commentary comes from Martin Carney and Ger Canning.
Cavan today looking for a first championship win over Monaghan for 16 years. It's a side showing their team captain Killian Clark picked at fullback, with Niall McDermott returning to the championship side at the opposite end of the field. Manager Matty McLean hands debuts today to Conor Madden and Niall Clarkin. This is Monaghan's second match in Ulster this year, and the team shows the Wiley brothers at the heart of the Farney defence as per usual. There are 3 late changes, however, made